Welcome again from my humble abode here in southern New Hampshire, where it's raining, and it's been raining, and anybody familiar with November 22nd-ish? It might be 23rd, I'm not sure. It's in the middle of the night anyway, so it's going from one to the other. That's my second video of this night. I just said, let me do one more. These are super rough and sweet. I'm gonna keep scatterbrain that I am. I'm going to bounce from here, bounce from there, bounce from there. But that's a society we live in anyway, so it'd probably actually be a good thing, because we're constantly being bombarded from all sides, multimedia, etc. Yeah, so this is the rough series of this, or what I have in mind, because I don't use teleprompters or notes, right? I'm going to call it channeling, and what channeling is just sort of like if you want to channel, like for example, my previous one was about abortion, so kind of that sort of theme, background theme, related, which might bounce into religions, it might bounce into politics, it might bounce into, that are all sort of related to abortion, for example. This is about that process, which is channeling, okay? And I channel things when I, try to make up songs. And I don't try to make up songs. I just enjoy, like, for example, my process would be I just take something out of the blue. I don't even have any idea what I'm going to really play. Actually garbage, but you get the idea. That's all I'm trying to do. You could, when I sing to something like that, I'm channeling. Let me give you an example. And this is about channeling, so it's not about music. I don't like what's going down. I'm pretty sad. I don't like it's going down. Do you? So it's kind of, for me, music and singing and all that, sort of like this video right here. I'm just doing it because I can. I have a phone. I can record. I can post it on YouTube if I like. And I want to be sort of an activist in some way, fashion, or form. And probably, at the end of the day, this might be my best, sort of contribution, if you will, to the activism cause, to make people aware of not just Palestine and the genocide, but other things, abortion, okay, and its ridiculousness. Sort of start, that people don't realize they're being played, you know what I mean? So, but back to channeling, which is what this is, which I just sort of a demonstration. I channel, I don't even really, generally when I make up songs, I don't even particularly have something in mind when I pick up the guitar, like just there. I had nothing, no idea what I was gonna play, just did what I did. Then I recorded it, and if I want to go back to it, oh, that's so good, no. I mean, that's not how it works. For me, it's like I'll go back to it, I'll listen to it, and yeah, there might be some things some little nuggets in there, that I can go back and work on and actually make an official song. I could sing and rattle off some, almost like in tongues, if you Christian terms. But yeah, so just sort of, I view it in my case as sort of a meditation. I liken it to that. I liken it also because I believe in kind of heebie-jeebie. So, I started music because of that. So it's sort of a meditation, and I believe meditation is, I don't go sit in, some lotus position. It's, A, I can't do it, and B, I never did it even if I could. It's just, me, the way I meditate is by playing a musical instrument, just strumming it and see where that goes. I never approach music from a technical way, you know, that most musicians do. You know, I can't read music or anything like that, and can barely speak intelligently about it, actually. And I'm kind of like coming to the other side of the mountain. So real musicians don't generally associate with crazy people like me. So that's kind of a crazy way to approach music. So back to channeling and you. Anybody can channel it. Anybody who has a phone can record it, a video. And anybody can go do exactly what I'm doing right now, post it on YouTube. And I'm thinking like the best way for people, if they actually saw this, to how do I go, is do just that. And maybe even take the theme of something I'm talking about right now, or you know, even repost other things. You can repost this, you have my permission. It's more about, I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to, you know, be a YouTube influencer. I just want, if I could be a YouTube influencer, influencing people to wake up and smell the roses, and care about your life and your kids' life and your grandkids' life and people around you's life, and as well as other citizens' life in other countries. It's not a bad thing to do that, and I think it's beyond a good thing. I mean, I think it's essential for our survival. If we don't, this mass psychosis, which I keep bringing that one up just because it's sort of what brainwashing and mass psychosis, they're all in the same kit and caboodle. Mass psychosis is one form of brainwashing. It's one level of it. There's all sorts. We are all brainwashed. You can't help it. There's people playing us all the time, you know. So you have to kind of like look out for that, all right? And maybe when you're channeling, you could talk about that very subject, and just expound upon it. That's what kind of channeling is. It's sort of laying down, hanging out, thinking, you know, talking to yourself, and then rather than just, you know, leave it like that, why not jump in front of your phone, which is exactly what I'm doing, and the reason why I'm doing it. It's like, well, this is pretty interesting stuff I'm thinking about. Why don't I expound upon it? So that's, I'm expounding right now, all right? So you could expound, and everybody should expound on this subject and try to do the right thing. You know, that'd be my advice, rather than have some ulterior motive or some financial motive, or I mean, that's my recommendation. I'm doing, if this somehow just like took off, like, oh wow, you know, if I made any money by accident on this, I'm going to donate every penny, I promise you, to animal-related causes, or maybe Palestinian-related causes. But some worthy causes. I'm not ever gonna, I don't care if it's $10 or $10 million, it would all be given away. You know what I mean? I'm not, thankfully I'm in a position that I don't have to make money. I'm older, I worked my whole life, I have a few things. I'm not getting rich right now, but I have an income stream. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And yeah, so I don't have to make money from YouTube, okay? I'm not trying to monetize myself on YouTube. I'll probably try to monetize myself on YouTube if I have involved with other people, because they probably could use a few dollars, and not in the situation I am. And if they help out the cause. So if it did help, if it did ever work out, this is like fiction anyways, because I don't have any real intentions of this going anywhere or anything like that. If I did, I might, you know, put a little more energy into it. I just wanted to make it sort of super simple. And honestly, back to channeling, keep it simple. Don't go crazy. You could write a big outline, have it in front of you, and you know, you could be reading from a teleprompter. It's still channeling. I choose to, even when I create music, simple. When I do all the rehab on my house here, I always look for the simplest solution. I didn't try to change everything. I more like tried to rehab everything, if you will, so it kept costs down and made things faster, and I'm all about that. So, you know, this house of mine is a really big project, and I'm glad it's finally over. So it's sort of, this is sort of where I'm at now. I need another, you know, I was pretty OCD about this house that I bought almost 6 years ago. I couldn't do even music. I just like didn't touch music for the most part for better part of that. I might pick it up, you know, and I've even picked it up and recorded. And I've had, you know, a drummer in particular comes up and we just make up songs, or I make up songs and he plays drums to them. So yeah, it's this is all. A lot of this is about, oh, I need to do something. All right, my house sort of rehab is over, and what's next? You know, and simultaneously, because I buried my music, I'm done. It's over. I'm too old. Blah blah blah. You know, I have a lot of good songs. I don't care. You know, nobody will ever see them. Doesn't matter to me. I just like put it in my rear view mirror. And now the circumstances, there's somebody that's sort of, you know, that's crossed my path, if you will. That's a pretty well-known musician, and he's actually giving my songs the time of day. Long story, but anyways, it's sort of getting my music, maybe at least he's looking at it, and he has a good opinion of it. So he's actually put keys on some of my songs that from the past. These songs I don't even listen to. When I'm done with it, I'm just going forward, just like with this. I'm not looking at my past videos I made here. I might when I post them. I'm always moving forward. You know, like he's doing these songs. I should be like amazed that this guy's even giving me the time of day. I'm not gonna lie about it. He's like, you know, he's not just a neighborhood musician. This guy tours internationally and knows all sorts of famous artists. You know, they know him. So I'm, you know, kind of, you know, what? How'd this happen? Sort of, you know, that's me thinking almost heebie-jeebie world possibilities. Because music, like I said, I look at it in that vein anyways. And I do bring something to the table. I know I'm excessively talented. We all are. You just gotta, you know, not necessarily talents in the same way. We all generally, everybody has a talent, you know, and that's what you should really look to see what you have. Analyze what you got going for you. You know, you might be good at whatever it is, name something. And, you know, or even, you know, you might be very mechanical, so maybe be a plumber, or be a car mechanic, or be, you know, something, or AC repairman, you know, something like that if you're mechanical. And if you're not mechanical, you might not want to do any of those things. You might want to, you know, you might be a florist, that's your, you know, or artist or whatever. Yeah, it's in this world, it's tough on that. But that's kind of channeling too. So you want to, you know, if you are good at something, it's easier to channel it and be constructive, if you will. You know, I mean, I found music extremely easy. That's why I decided to go down that path. How that happened was I had a harmonica. This is when I was 20 years old, and I started playing something. It was like Beethoven, something or another. I'm not. It's not about that. It's about the fact that I was able to do it fairly well. And it's like, oh, maybe I have a little knack here. You know, maybe I have a talent here. God-given. I hate to use that term, but you know, it conveys what I'm trying to say. A natural talent that I was born with that maybe not everybody has to the degree I have it. Now, you can have the best talent if you don't do anything with it, if you don't try, which is channeling again. You know, it's developing your channeling. All right, you know. We can all, the process is to, you know, to even learn something is to sort of channel whatever that talent, you know, do it over and over in your brain and develop your brain. And to me, that's kind of channeling or related to it anyways. So the fact that I can go and make up a little anything is because I practiced, you know. But the fact that I can do it that well, which, you know, I feel I play all right, is because I had abilities natural that, you know, makes doing that easier than maybe some other person. You know, so there's a lot of people that want to play guitar that just, you know, the ability wasn't there. So find out what your ability is. I mean, I'm happy I have abilities at doing that, but I sucked for decades, okay? I mean, I started when I was 20. When I was 40, it was finally when I finally looked at myself, oh, finally I'm a musician. You know, I mean, I consider myself a musician now. I think I'm at that level that I can consider myself a musician. Even if somebody, a technically trained musician, might not look at me that way because I, you know, don't have the ability to do what they do, and I don't know the intricacies that they've been taught, the theory and all that sort of stuff. So But, from where I look at it, it's like, okay, I'll put on a song, I'll play along with it. Okay, buddy, you who've been to Berkeley, let's see you do that as well as I just did it. And, it actually, there was an instance with me one time where that exactly that happened. So it didn't go well for him. He actually kind of lost it after that. Because like a lot of musicians, many of them have sort of, addiction problems through drugs or alcohol. Pretty much almost all, many of the musicians I've ever played with anyways have some sort of history with that. Hopefully they're recovered. Some haven't. So that's, what do we got here? That's 15 minutes. That's enough. This is my channeling episode. And it's now 1:44 in the morning. I think I'm going to go to bed. Everybody, happy times to y'all. Hope, 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 hope. That's all we got now is hope. And hopefully getting together somehow as a society, realizing that we're all subjects to brainwashing from the puppeteers, and consciously as a group, a mass group, maybe I can brainwash y'all into doing the right thing instead of the wrong thing. All right, y'all. Good night.